I'll start recording. It's not going to go live. I'm going to just record this for us for later. We'll post it up.
Cool.
All right. Hey, everybody. This is Tatiana Tokyo-ish, and I'm here with a magical artist, Tommy Bell. Now, you do a lot of art for just the dancers, or?
For all kinds of ladies.
Okay. All right. I know that we're in the dancer world, so we don't know any better than that.
Well, I mean, I started out by showcasing female athletes and fighters, and then that kind of expanded accidentally into bodybuilders over in the UK, and then just my God, glamour models and everything. And when I look at what I've done this year, I've kind of really showcased all kinds of different people, as you know.
Yeah, absolutely. What was the first dancer that you did? Because I mean, you've been doing this how long?
Oh, well, I've been drawing since I did a whole stint in the 90s, and it was very fantasy based, and I kind of started dabbling into more pinup art back then, but it didn't go anywhere. Like I couldn't get anybody to look at it, so I kind of quit, and I did other things for like 20 years. And then I just hopped back in it kind of somewhere in the middle of 2020.
Oh, that was pretty recent.
You're very recent, and I've kicked out a shit ton. I don't know if I can say that.
Yeah, you can say shit ton. Say it as many times as you want.
Out a shit ton of work since 2020, and it's when I think back on it, and I think about, it's not just like doing a drawing. Oh, I'm going to do a drawing of a lady, and you just pick some lady at random, and I do it. I'm working with each lady who appears in a drawing that I do. As you know, we've planned it out, and the snowball has just very rapidly kind of rolled at me.
Just came out at you. Who was the first dancer that you've done, or nude model?
I have to okay.
Or some of the few.
And I'm looking off to my side because I have all these different reference things and like little libraries and stuff, and I'm trying to look back, and Carmen Valentina is quite famous for her work in the adult world and stuff. I'm not sure how much of a dancer she is, and I'm scrolling through. So many of these ladies that I draw have so many different talents.
Yeah.
And so it's like a potpourri. I could look at each one of them and go, wow, they probably did some dancing, but they probably also did some custom content, some of this, some of that, whatever.
So you're mainly drawing off of another photograph. Are you ever in person with someone?
I've done that. I mean, and I can do that. That's the thing. And even my business partner, Veronica Valentine, asked me at one point in time, she's like, what do you think about if we get you, like, and then I could sit across the table from you and, like, draw me. And I'm like, well, for starters, it's not the same kind of drawing as what I do now. The drawings I'm doing now take 10, 11, 12 days.
Yeah.
You can't get somebody to sit in the same with the same reaction and the same face and say, keep that expression for 12 fucking days. It's not going to happen. They're going to move. They got to go to the bathroom, whatever. And I'm like, look, you want this or what?
Yeah.
So I can sit across from like you at a table. We could sit down, have a couple of shots. I could take a blank piece of paper, start sketching you, and I could do that. But it's not the same quality. It's not the same level. And a lot of times what happens is that it becomes a parlor trick instead of, oh, he's an artist and that's what he does. It's like, I don't want to be at a party somewhere and have some girl that I've drawn come up to me and go, why don't you take 20 minutes and draw me? And then I go, because like now all of a sudden it's like, here's the monkey trick or whatever. And it's like, I don't want to do that, because to me, it's no different than me looking at some lady who might create custom content and she's at a party and I'm like, hey, why don't you go ahead and wrestle this other girl for 20 minutes for me?
Yeah.
Like, how does that make any sense? They'd be like, wait a minute, I make money doing this. I was like, what? So it's not that I won't do it. If I'm sitting across from somebody either at a party or like we're at dinner or I'm somewhere or whatever, and it'll be very random. But then that's
Yeah.
what makes it cool,
Yeah.
especially for that person, because all of a sudden they're like, whoa, what's he doing? It's like, shut up, don't move.
Stop talking while I'm doing this real quick for 12 hours. The first time I think I've heard of you, or put two and two together, because I started my podcast like 2 years ago, and you popped up, in the feed, and we were friends, and um, Emily Gugliano, my best friend. I went to her house for the first time 2 years ago, and I saw this drawing that she had. You must have sent it in the mail, or she printed it out,
Yes.
and it was her as a mermaid. And I saw it, and she goes, "Look at one of my fans. This is beautiful." And we talked about it for a long time, and then that was it. Then maybe like 6 to 8 months later, I think me and you I realized it was you who was
Right.
drawing.
Right.
And I didn't even put it together that it was you that drew that one, but I knew about people getting drawn up, and I was like, you know what? I want to be drawn up too. So that me and you started talking, and really just like a month or so ago, I put two and two together. And I said, oh my God, because she did some posts, and other dancers and the girls that I know in my dancer world or showgirl world were saying like, oh, this is Tommy Bell, and they were tagging you and saying how it looked like them. And then I'm like, that's the guy who's gonna draw my picture.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's I kind of sidestepped into this world of showcasing. I had an idea of the female audience that I wanted to showcase. So I didn't want to just come back and go, I'm going to be a pinup artist and I'm just going to like randomly draw whoever. Or I didn't want to say and pick the cliched avenue of saying, I'm going to showcase, international models.
Yeah.
Because that's what artists do.
Yeah.
Here's these popular models, and then they have to go through, get all this permissions and stuff. And I thought, I'm still going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm still going to go through the photographers and through the models themselves, through these people, and get the permissions I need to get to do these, because that's what makes it a collaboration instead of me just stealing somebody else's thing and just throwing it on the art table and drawing it. This way it's all across the board. Like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I got very selective and very creative about the audience that I wanted to showcase, because I felt nobody else was. And I thought that'll be my hook, like, and I guess I was right, because nobody else. And it's funny, at one point I even did a post. I can't remember what it was, but I did a post saying, people are calling me like the LFC, the Lingerie Fighting Championship. I'm the LFC artist. And I said, well, that's awesome. And I love that. And that company's outstanding and the ladies are great. But I said, I don't have to be I could be Ann. All it takes is another one of my artist buddies on social media, anybody, anywhere, to start drawing them too, But it was really weird. I was actually talking with my buddy Michael Larkin about this. And I said, instead of other people hopping on the bandwagon, they just kind of giving me a wide girth.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're the no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this over here, but you go ahead and okay.
Yeah, you staked your claim in it. I mean, where are you? Like, what state are you?
I'm in Ohio.
Ohio, okay. Well, I'm in Florida, but I'm from Michigan, so pretty close.
I very badly want to be in Florida right now.
You know what? It is 38 degrees, so I don't know if we're gonna have much difference. I don't know how cold it is up there right now, but
it's about the same. But we're about to get smacked right in the dead ass with
snow.
Old man winters.
Oh, yeah, we don't.
It's not going to be good. I think, not that this has anything to do with anything, but it's supposed to drop like 30 degrees on Friday, from 30 down to like nothing.
Down to negative.
It's pretty outstanding, yeah.
Well, we're gonna have a snowstorm or a sandstorm, but it's gonna be really cold.
I would still. I don't know if I would take that or not.
I think
I would
snow
want
is
to go
better.
to Florida. And what's funny is how many people, since I started drawing in 2020, how many people I featured are Florida people. And I think that's awesome. I think it's way more than half of my whole portfolio are people based in Florida.
Really?
And I'm like, my God, I wouldn't have to go to that many states if I want to take my portfolio on tour and
And
say,
yeah, and be
just
able
take
to
my
take it where
originals.
you want to.
My God, I could go to Florida though and just like start hitting social media and hitting up all these people. And you guys would start probably running into each other, maybe even for the first time. I'd
Yeah.
be like, look, guys, check this out. Look at you guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of us that I don't think we all realize that you drew us until they started posting. Yeah, no one, I guess we just didn't put two and two together. Not saying we're not smart, but there was so much going on. You're very unique. So it's just something that was like personal to us. You make it very personal. So that's what made it great. It wasn't just like you drew it on your computer and you sent it to us and you
No.
digitalized us.
See, that's what's so cool about what I do is because I'm the old dude. I'm not shy about being the old man. I'm over
I'm
50.
the old lady, so
Happily married. Everything is normal except for my profession and some switch inside my head that says, not only do I want to do art, but I want to do something that's kind of fucked up and cool in a way that's just different.
it's unique. Do you also draw the women nude?
I actually have one of my favorite ladies to showcase. She's been in 3 drawings so far. Angelica Co from Italy. Uh,
Ah,
is
Italiana.
she is outstanding, and then she started up in the LFC, but I featured her 3 times, and every time she sends me drawings from her photographer over in Italy, I think she would agree with this. I think she sent me like every project I'll get a folder of like 20 or 30 photos,
Yeah.
pick what you like and all this. And I don't think she has clothes on any of them.
Yeah, no, in Italy we don't wear clothes.
No, absolutely not. And so in this last, so it was like 2 drawings and I'm covering her up and she's like, Tommy, like, and she even sent me a paragraph one time basically saying, if you do a nude, it's going to go over really well in Italy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have no problem doing it. I just want it to be the right, need to be the right topic. I
Yeah.
didn't want to just fiddle fuck it around and just draw some tits and ass and go, yeah, that's cool. Because then it almost falls into the crass. And I am crass. I'm a crass little old man, but when I'm doing the art, it's got to mean something, It's
Yeah.
like, all right, well, if I'm going to draw some tits, it's
gonna be the best tits.
So
not no mediocre tits.
Right, yeah, and so Angelica Co. And I approached her because she is always sending these nudes, and I said,
Lucky.
how about if I do Lady Godiva? Let's get
Oh,
historical, and we'll do that. And she just jumped right at that, and I
he
get
was ready.
40 photos, the next day, like, here, how about these? And I did that drawing not too long ago, and I'm very, very proud of it. I think I had to post I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I'm pretty sure on Twitter, I just posted it. And I'm pretty sure on Instagram, I just put it out.
I'm going to go look on Twitter in a second.
Yeah, I think on Facebook, definitely, I put like this obnoxious bubble across the best parts of the whole damn drawing,
Now, how do you get your you're doing like a series, because I can see my drawing in the back and it looks beautiful. And one is the picture and then one is, first I looked on the left, I'm like, is that me right there? You drew like a water painting.
No, that's your photo.
Yeah, that's what I
I
thought.
print them out
Beautiful.
so that I have them right next to each other. And then
Yeah.
I start, like, what I'm doing right now with your drawing is flesh tones.
Yes.
So I use 4 colors to create all kinds of variations of flesh tones, but I start with burnt umber, and then I go into a beige, and then a cream, and then a little bit of white, because we all have highlights. Mine's
Yeah.
right at the top here.
Yes.
So right now and doing the darker color is the most important part, because all the other colors wind up being translucent, meaning you can see through them to a certain point. And when you're blending, this is getting artsy fartsy, but when you're blending, you've got a certain amount of cheat, but only if you get it right in the first step. I'm actually creating your drawing to launch my new art show.
I'm so excited.
This is really cool. So I spent a day coloring this.
Let me see.
And this is where your face is, just with the burnt ochre color.
Yeah.
It's
It's
super important to get
beautiful.
all those shadows and everything just
Mhm.
right, though, because I'll be able to move them around a little with
Yeah.
beige, but I can't 100% cover them up. Now it looks really weird because there's so much that's white and
Yeah.
blank,
I think it looks beautiful now.
but you'll be able to see how it really starts coming to life because now I'm actually putting a camera right on this paper and letting people kind of see. And I even tell them in the thing, I'm like, this literally takes days and days and days to do. So
Of
every
course.
episode is going to be heavily cut.
Yeah.
You know, Tommy went out for a smoke break. Tommy had to go eat. Like da, 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 da.
We should
Sorry.
record, yeah, now you need your own TV series to record the process that you go through.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that a few crazy ass people have been after me for a while. Why are you doing an art show? And I'm like, because I'm not an art instructor.
Tell me,
I'm a
tell
moron.
me about this art show. I'm a moron art show. That's what I
It
love.
is. It's literally called.
We're not models. No, I'm joking.
It's literally called Sketchy AF,
Yeah.
and the AF stands for "and funny." Which
Sketchy
you can
and
stand
funny.
for whatever you want it to, though. Because I'm not scared.
Yeah.
But so Sketchy AF is because there's no script. Like let's face it, I can babble, but I don't. So anything fucked up could happen because my mouth and brain don't always work in tandem. So here I am trying to I'm going to show you how I create these drawings.
And then you crack a beer and you're like, "Ugh,"
I
and
don't
then you
fucking
throw my
do it.
podcast.
Or you'd be talking and you all of a sudden, if you're, I don't know if tell me if this has happened to you.
Tell me.
Maybe not. I'm hoping that it hasn't, but maybe it has.
Oh God, probably.
So you're in conversation with somebody, or you're on camera and you're all of a sudden feeling really important about what it is you're talking about and knowledgeable. And all of a sudden those things strike you in that moment.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden everything goes,
And you forget what you're talking about.
and you're like, I am an asshole. I forgot everything.
There's times, I think when the pressure's on me, I work well under pressure, but when I don't have pressure on me, then that happens all the time. Like
What's the
today, I had the
problem?
pressure on me. So if I
That's
hadn't,
exactly how I am, and that's the problem with the art show is it's not like I have 5 people camera crew in here doing this. It's me, a tripod, and a camera most of the time. There is no pressure other than, oh, is it shot in focus? Yeah, it's the shots in focus. What can I
so will
talk
this be
about?
more like a virtual? Are you going to do this more like a virtual art show? Or it'll be an
It's gonna be
actual.
virtually stupid.
Okay,
Um,
I like that.
what
That's
does
me.
that mean? Virtual. I'm 52. We grew up with Atari. What are you talking about?
Oh, listen, I'm 41, so we grew up with Bright Light. Yep,
You're
and
so young
Atari.
yet. You're so young, please.
Still, the other girls are like 30 and below. So there's only me and maybe like 5 that I won't name that we're in our 40s, and maybe there's a 50-year-old in there. She
Are
will
you
never say,
kidding
but
though? I mean, think about this. Now here you are being immortalized in a piece of artwork that
beautiful.
it's going to be. What I love so much about this one is that it's finally a portrait piece. I
Yeah.
love doing skin tones and I love doing flesh tones and I love trying to make things look absolutely not real because they're not intended to look real in that horrible sense of
3D looking.
because it's artwork. So I
Yeah.
want each piece to take you somewhere,
Yeah.
and this is your chance, like your friend Emily had when we did the mermaid piece, which is one of my favorites.
Yes.
But
It's one of my favorites too.
you can stare into this for hours,
Yeah.
and find yourself kind of in the real world, but kind of not. And when you find that spot, and you'll when this is finished, and you'll have that moment that all these ladies have had, where you've waited, and how long have you waited
Oh
for
my
me
God.
to?
So wait, I think I might have waited the longest because I've been hounding you for like 16 months or more. And then you were like, I think I'm taking a break. I'm like, right when I even texted you, I was like, right when I want one, you're going to take a break. And then I was like, I'll be here stalking when you're ready.
I'm so
So
glad you were.
I'm so proud that to be one of the first pieces in this. And to me, it's even more special. I'm glad I waited. I'm glad you made me wait.
There's
I am
usually a
very
reason
patient.
for it, even though it's irritating, and I know it's got to be irritating, but
No, the only part that was irritating is that you weren't gonna do it yet, and then you weren't gonna do drawings anymore, and then now I can wait forever. Believe me. Listen, I've got a liquor deal coming, gotta wait. I got a TV show coming, gotta wait. I mean, I don't even know. There's so many more. The lip gloss is almost done. The labels gotta wait.
Look
So
at you rocking.
thank you.
Damn.
I'm a waiter.
Well, my lip gloss isn't selling at all. So,
Isn't selling at all.
no,
Well,
none.
I also have it's gonna be called Jet Balm. It's a lip balm or chapstick, as guys say. So what I would love to do for you is because I want to make them limited edition where people's faces are on there. And to have a Tommy Bell flavor would be amazing because it'll have you and maybe like your scan code or something on their Twitter or something. It's you because that's what you do. And
Let's
we'll
do
make
it.
it something really cool. So that way I mean, most guys don't have their own chapstick.
Absolutely not. I could use one because there you go. Like, and you know what's funny? As I totally use that stuff. I mean, I absolutely do.
Yes. I listen, this is to me one of the best things ever because I'm a podcaster. Who doesn't want to sit down and I hand you either a lip gloss or I'm going to hand you a chapstick? And then I'm going to put you on it so that it's yours and you got, your limited edition. So that's my art to you.
Oh
I'm
my
going to just
God.
buy it.
I am so ready for that. That is just going to be the coolest guy ever.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited. I want to make you the good. That way you'll be immortalized in the makeup world.
Outstanding. I've been waiting for this moment, actually. I've got a whole crown and a little banner
Just
prepared.
ready to go. Yes, I'm gonna send you your Tokyo Ish shirt, which I'm already like behind on people from last year's podcast, and I feel terrible. Things just I'm one person. You're one
Yeah,
person. We don't have a band of people. Like I have, my producer, and you have someone you work with. That's it. My husband helps me, and that's it. There's
that's
nothing
it.
else. I still got to work a day job. I still take care of family and animals that are sitting right here
That's
next to me.
that's how you're a powerhouse, though. I mean, that's how we
Thank you.
all are doing it. But that's what really makes you and everybody such a professional in what we're pushing to
Thank
do. And
you.
I never lose sight of that, which is
Yeah.
why it's so fucking awesome to be able to showcase somebody like you. Because
Thank you.
let's be honest, for a lot of my followers, they might look at that initial post and be like, who? And it's funny, there was a little confusion today on Instagram. Somebody that one of my fans that he's outstanding, but he thought you were Emily. And
You know what's funny? A lot of people think I'm Emily. For whatever reason, I'm Italian and she's Italian too. Our mothers are Italian. So people think we look like we took my mom out for for her birthday.
sister,
Emily came and people thought that we were sisters. People thought my mom was her mother. I've never met anybody that looked like us so much. Even my niece goes, "Titi, you look like Emily." And I'm like, "How? I'm black. How do I look like Emily?" But so you said your friend thought it was Emily again?
yeah, there was some confusion on Instagram, and it's funny because for me, I can
I'll take it.
absolutely see the difference, but I look at everybody in 3 seconds with an artist eye.
Yeah.
So I analyze things that people would normally get creeped out over, like, wow, you looked at me that much. And I'm like, I can't help it. It just happens when I look at people. It just
I
happens.
love that. I actually really love the photo that you picked. That was just a random picture I took, non-photographer photo. I just took it because I really like that hair, that lion hair I
Yes.
had. And it just came out good. And that was it. And that's why I didn't even bring that to you because I was looking more at the professional aspect
But
for you.
there's a moment
But I
in
love it.
that. Where is it?
Yeah.
There it is. There's a
Yeah.
moment there that is, and that's I'm very visual in that way. So I come up with ideas, and cheesecake was an idea that
Yeah.
was on my
Tell me
list
about it.
today.
Tell me about how you add stuff to your painting
Oh,
or to your
that's
drawing.
easy. That's actually a really fun creative part because you're not at the drawing table and you kind of sit back and you thinking about the images you want people to see. So for example, okay, how do I want to entertain people? And I thought about all these different series that I want to do. I want to do this. I want to do this kind of theme. I want to do this kind of theme. And then it gets to like, just for some reason, it was like tasty pastries. This way, I get to do a hot girl with a piece of cake. And as
Yeah.
many different
Oh,
pieces of cake that I can find some way to tie them in together.
I love cake and cheesecake is like my number one. I'm a fat kid all day and I love cake.
Well, this wound up being just the perfect, and of course we'll get into this, but Angel Food Cake had Andrea Christine from
Yeah.
Hollywood, and that one turned out really good. And right after that, I did Whitney Morgan from Florida as Devil's Food Cake,
Yeah.
and that was a really fun one to do. Of course, Whitney's just a ball to
Yes.
work with anyway. And then it had been a lag in
Yeah.
Casey Pastry series for a little bit, and I was kind of stumped. And I had a few ideas, and I had them written down because I literally have a 5-page list of just titles. I always work
Yeah.
by titles.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
you did say that you
yes, I
write them
dream
down
up a
first.
title first, and then I get an idea, just a vague idea.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, and cheesecake was one of them. Cheesecake, boom, and that's all it said. Boom. And then 58 other titles.
Yep.
Then, of course, you and I, years ago, start talking about,
Yeah. 2 years ago.
hey, well, you did such a great job with my friend. I want to be in something.
Yeah. I said
And,
anything. I don't
and
care if I'm in the background.
and I totally felt bad because honestly, I had reached a point, unfortunately, this year where I was really burnt out. I
Yeah.
didn't want to quit, but I
Yeah.
wanted to quit.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I need to take a serious walk in the park
Yeah.
and fuck all the drawings and all this stuff. Like, not that I
Yeah.
hated it, but I could feel an intense burnout of like
Yeah.
just looking at a list of ideas that's supposed to be exciting. All of a sudden,
Yes.
it was like this to-do list, and it was daunting.
Yeah.
Fuck me. So,
That's happened with the podcast where you might not be able to tell, but I was able to tell because it came more of a chore than something that I love to do until I kind of just started, not going to the clubs and doing them and not, doing them online like this. And then boom, it hit where now I'm so excited to get dressed and not wear pants while I'm doing the podcast. And it is so, and most of the time, the person on the other end is not
you're
wearing
not
it.
wearing pants on this podcast.
No, why did you wear pants?
Underneath these clothes, I'm completely naked.
Are you? Most people don't wear any pants. Like I interviewed someone that was do you remember Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five?
Yes.
So Raheem is one of the guys that I talked to. He's a good friend, and he did a podcast with me. And I asked him, we were talking, and I was like, "Can you turn that light off behind you?" And he goes, "Yeah, hold on." And he was like, "Get ready to cover." And I said, "What's wrong?" He's like, "I don't have any pants on." And I said, "I don't have any pants on either." So we both covered our screen because I had to move. And that was so funny because from there, it was like a friendship because of no pants.
Okay, so I have several podcasting friends
Yeah.
right now. And God, you guys are outstanding because you do what I can't. I'm
think
a
you're doing a great
frustrated
job.
podcast. I'm a good guest.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Not a good host.
Poor host. No, I'm getting ready to do an art show that's gonna bomb. You want me to do something?
Listen, if you need help and you want me on FaceTime, that's fine. I will host it away with no pants on from here. But I'm fine, or I'll come be a guest on FaceTime. Just stick me somewhere. I'll be
Hell yeah.
there.
No, I'm trying to figure out the logistics of how to do some of that stuff. But right now, in the moment, it's so cool that you're going to be in the first episode while I'm showing
Yeah,
people
I'm
how
so
to,
excited.
like, how I do what I do. I'm not showing them every single, because that would get boring as hell.
Yeah, no,
But
we don't want to see you sharpen any crayons or charcoal or.
Nope. But
What
I
do you-
actually, you know what? It's funny you mentioned that because I do believe I sharpened a pencil using my automatic sharpener over there. Yeah, sure did.
What do you use? Is it charcoal?
No, I use Prismacolor pencils because they have a very soft lead in them that when you use the right colors, they do blend in. If you do it the right way, it's seamless. It can be seamless as opposed to the
the scratching of the. We don't need my
Right.
pores to look any bigger than they already are.
No, they're gonna look. Are you kidding me? I mean, again, you made a couple cracks about your age, and I'm like, once you're immortalized on there,
Yes,
there's no age.
I'm gonna be young again.
And I said this before to a few different people, not wanting to upset any of my photographer friends, of course, because they're super talented. But I'm like, there is something that is dated about photography.
Yeah.
Every photo that's taken eventually will look dated.
Yeah.
However, under the right circumstances, in the right art, it does become timeless.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, that old drawing.
Yeah.
It's, wow, that's still fucking cool. What's the date on that?
What's the date on that? Yeah, Mona Lisa still looks good.
Right. I mean, it's totally different. And it's funny you mentioned that because I was literally coloring your drawing over there thinking this is like my Mona Lisa of this year because I have not done a serious portrait. The closest I did to a full-on portrait would have been a drawing I did for Kimchi,
Yeah.
where it's mostly about her face, but it's not fully concentrated on the face and hair and really about that. Whereas your drawing cheesecake is absolutely going to be about that.
Absolutely. I look like a big cheesecake and I love it.
But it's so funny because, there's that title in that list, and you and I were talking about different things, and I don't know why, and this is how I do most of my roster filling, if you will, at least when it's first getting started, is I throw out ideas, and I think I threw out a couple ideas at you or
Yeah, I
whatever.
think I want to say you threw out the angel cake first.
Maybe.
I
I mean,
think
it
so.
could have
I
been
have all of our feed, but yeah, there was that. There was another cake. I think you asked me what kind of cake I like, and then
something else off the wall,
yeah,
because I don't know, especially when I haven't drawn somebody like you before.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
I'm
trying
just
to get
some
a
girl that
feed
popped up.
on, because my whole point is, if I'm going to do a spotlight, spend 10 days showcasing somebody in their beauty, their talent, their strengths, all that stuff, the drawing itself should, when it's all said and done, really mean more to them than just the average. Well, he drew me as Wonder Woman. Now I'm fucked because I'm Wonder Woman.
Yeah, now that's it.
Hey, great. That's awesome. If it means more because we took the time to connect, and I was able to incorporate even the simplest stuff
Yeah,
in there, then, and I think that's why people will talk about me to each other, like you said they are, because I
yeah,
don't know
they are.
that. I
They
never.
are.
It's the first time I've heard that.
We are talking, we are showing each other pictures, and I think, like I said, the more that you posted and the girls brought up saying, "Oh my god, it looks so good, looks like me, best drawing I've ever had," and then they tag you, like, "Oh, so and so had that done," and then you're like, "Oh my god, that's Tommy!" Like you are going around, like you're there, you're going
I'm
around.
loving that because everybody's so outstanding. I mean, the community that you guys are all
And
such
now
a
the girls
part
have
of.
this all girls have this competing thing. Well, he drew me, so now I want him to draw me because we all want to feel beautiful and captured and have some guy stare at us for 10 days and think about us for 10 days. So I mean you know what, you have a really good wife that she allows you to think about some girl for 10 days where you're unbothered.
She
Don't bother
is.
me. I'm in my room.
She's very confident, and as am I in our relationship. We're very happy, and
Have
she's
you
very
drawn her?
excited. Yes.
Was she one of the first? Well, obviously you were
Yes.
drawing since you were younger, but I
If
mean,
you
was she one of
go,
the first like that you drew that you were like, this
yes.
is what I'm doing? I'm drawing all these girls?
Kicking off my entire portfolio, I had done one drawing that was 2 years before my 2020 stuff. So in 2018, I did Aphrodite, and I used again a snapshot that my wife took, bink,
Yeah.
the phone, and I used it because it captured something that just ingrained itself in my brain, and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
the one, honey. And I did it with her sitting on the couch, staring across from me. I was like, oh,
Oh, there. She can sit for 10 days on that one.
well, I did it off a photo, but she was always, you know, leaning in like, don't you make my eye googly,
Yeah. Oh, of course. I'm sure your wife was the biggest critic of that one.
Oh, it was so much fun though. And she knew exactly, what I was doing. And, I guess if you're going to be somebody who's going to marry somebody like me, you really got to understand everything about me. So, and that's one of the things that I'm always really public about. It's like what I'm doing is absolutely not a dating service. I'm
Yeah.
not an old horny guy who just
Yeah.
wants the attention of young girls. That's not. Nope.
No.
I don't. That's not what I need.
It's not a dating service.
Nope. I don't want. Well, the sad thing is you wouldn't believe this, but
I was gonna say,
I get messages. I get messages on all my social media stuff.
tell me one of the messages. What was the worst one where someone came right at you? And are they old ladies or young ladies?
We're young. I mean, if I, that's funny as hell, to me. But
Yeah. So like they'll slide in your messenger and say like, I
they
want you to
just
draw
slide
me.
in and they're like, "Hey, how are you?" or whatever. And at first, I mistakenly, because some of these people were friends with like 2 other people, but
Yeah.
I only kind of partly know those 2 people, and I have no idea what their lifestyle is like, and
Yeah.
don't know who this friend is to them or whatever, so
Yeah.
but in the beginning, I made that mistake of like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And then what you have to do is go, "Oh, I'm sorry. Do you realize that I'm a 52-year-old, bald, gray, happily married,
You
normal
have
dude?"
your picture up there. Your picture's up there. I
I
mean,
don't think people look, or they think that it's like,
it's just
"Oh, I'm gonna post this picture of this old dude up."
yeah, and it's just you
No,
said this
that's
is
really
on a
me.
dating. I it didn't well, I've been married 17 years, so I don't have I'm also super friendly and people slide in, and again, the podcast is not a dating service, and
Right.
I think I spend a lot of time with people because I will personally call them and talk to them and message them. And I mean, you got to kind of get to know. I don't like to do a cold podcast. I need to know something. Just like me and you've literally been messaging for
Yeah.
2 years now. So I feel like I was like ready to do a podcast. I know you and I've seen things. And so for other people, yeah, I have to tell them, no, no, thank you, and then they're like, oh, you want to get on the podcast? I'm like, no, because that entails me getting into your life and finding out what you're about. And you're just, I don't know what you're trying to do.
Right. And it's funny
So,
too,
no.
because I've been talking with my other podcast, but he runs the LFC podcast, Mr. Michael Larkin. I've been telling him about being on your show for like 6 months now. And he's
Yay.
been just dying. Because I was on a few other random podcasts within the past couple, like 5 weeks or so.
Yeah.
And those have gone like, those are like, I don't know.
Mine's a little different. Mine's more like a voyeurism where we're just talking and bullshitting. And I let people talk about what they want to talk about and whether it's good or it's bad. And if there's something I run into that you don't want to talk about, you just say I plead the fifth and we move on. I'm just nosy. I just want to know.
I don't think there's anything that I don't talk about though, because
Same
I
here. No one's hit a chord yet. I don't nothing.
there's nothing that I've done that I'm like super embarrassed about. And I think a lot of the stuff that I've done, if people have a reaction to, it's either bold or it's funny or it's stupid
Yeah.
or because I'm not
Except
afraid
all
to
the
be
stuff
that.
no one knows about to
I'm
ask
not
you.
I'm not afraid to be the public moron.
Yeah, me neither. I don't mind. I'm always the public douche. Always. As a female, it's different, but I'm always the douche in the group. I don't mind. I was that way in high school, middle school. I'm like, fine. Let's just own it. Let's
So
own it.
let's turn this around then,
Yeah.
because yours is such an open forum. I'm
Yeah.
taking over the
Tell
Talk
me.
Your Ish
Tell me, take it
podcast for
over.
a minute,
Do
and
my
let's
job. I don't
interview.
want to do it.
So, what's it like finally getting your chance to be featured in this drawing stuff that you've like? Here's this dude, and here's these drawings randomly that pop up, and you're like, wow, that's kind
Yeah,
of
because
neat.
okay, so me and my world, like I told you, I'm a douche, and I'm like, well, why can't I get a drawing? I'm not a dancer, but why can't I? I know I'm this chunky monkey, but why can't I?
Shame
That's
the
why at
hell
first
on you.
That's why at first I'm like, put me on a pinup body. Just use my head. Don't use somebody else's body. I'm short though. I'm like 4'8", so I'm really teeny, but I'm kind of thick. So people think I've had my body redone, which I haven't. It's just me. I just eat cheesecake. And that's all me, buddy. And so I mean, it's great. I mean, like I said, it's almost like an accomplishment. The fact that you've drawn all these beautiful, successful, wonderful dancer models. I mean, the girls that I don't necessarily look up to, but I do look up to because that's who if I walk with the walker. So if I was walking, I would have been the antichrist in the dancer world. Video world, all of that, video vixen, everything. So, they're doing what I wanted to do, but I still get to be involved. And the girls do see me sometimes as like a honorary showgirl, which
Oh,
is
you're in the
great.
club for sure. I mean, it's
Always in the club. So they
absolutely.
see that. A lot of guys are like, so you're a dancer? I'm like, no. Not quite, but okay. Talk about dancing. I could teach a girl to dance, but I'm not dancing. But that's why I love it because I'm like, I want to be where they are. I want to do that too. Why can't I do that too? And
And
then
see,
the
now you
fact
are.
that it's yes. And then I hounded you and I hounded you, and that makes me feel good because I won. Um, persistence is the key, and that's why I tell people be persistent. And just the fact that you came around and thought of me. I mean, you were going through, what you were going through, but the fact that when you came out, the first person that you at least said was me. And then
Well,
you
here's what
did.
you don't know then. News leak for you, which ought to make your day.
Yes.
The first time you quote unquote hounded me, because you totally didn't hound me,
Nicely.
and asked for something, I thought, what a fucking great idea. And here's why. I looked at your stuff,
Yeah.
your photos and stuff, and I said, she's perfect for the art world, and she's perfect for the stuff that I want to draw. So automatically I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
second selling point was she's just watched somebody who's a friend of hers. And I tried to put that in my own perspective, but I'm like, she just watched somebody who's a close friend of hers go through this interesting experience.
Yeah.
And her friend has this moment, hopefully, that she
She
can
did.
share.
She
And I
did.
thought in my head, how cool would that be to be able to give the other friend that shared experience, a separate experience, but it's a shared experience. And I thought, then they both have something that they can connect to that's this super individual but common experience, and it'll give them a story that won't die out in a year. You
Yeah.
know, they'll have these things, and in 20 years and in 40 years, they'll still have these moments that there'll be something. And so that actually became the real glue. I was
You were
like,
like, this is it. I have
she's
to.
beautiful. She fits the mold. She fits everything that I want to, when I'm looking at featuring somebody, I'm
Yeah.
like, check every box on that list. So all that was already
Put in there.
it was already a no-brainer. But the real spice was that, I'd already done something. Now I get to do that. And then, because nothing's greater than kicking back and then watching those two people who've shared so much in life without me.
Yeah.
Right. And all of a sudden they're sharing something that does have something to do with me. And for me, it's just, it almost feels like that good deed of the day. Like, okay,
It was
cool.
so, when I first saw it, like I said, that was one of my first times going to her house. That was the beginning of our friendship. And she showed me and we talked about it and I loved it. And, like, I'm like low key jelly. I'm like, I want that. And she said, this will come for you. It will happen for you too. And, like, I don't know. There's just something that's stuck in the back of my mind, but you let it go in your ear and out your
Spoken
ass.
into existence, though.
Yeah.
Like, she
Yes.
literally did, even before you guys had a conversation that I had no idea was happening.
Yeah. 24 months ago,
And
we had that
now
conversation.
I'm working on what could possibly be my most favorite drawing of 2022. And I'm looking around this room. I can't take the camera and show you, but if I could grab it and show you, half of my originals are up on the wall. I put
You
them
know
up
what?
there.
When we're done with our podcast, if you want it or sometime this week, you should take your camera, your phone, and go ahead and go around, and then you can send it to me, just a minute film, and I will put that on with
Sure.
everything. I'll throw it in there so that way they can see. That'll be the end, of the podcast. I think that'd be great. But the fact that Emily said that she is a master of speaking something into play, boy, you just don't know.
Well,
She
she
is.
just did it.
God, she does it all the time. And I'm always like, say that I made $1 million. Say it now.
Well, that's
But
why I had to tag her in these things. I'm like, I
did you
know.
see she liked it? Did you see?
Yes.
She liked it.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. And she put a little flame on the one. I mean, I was
Yep. And she already texted me. She said, see, I told you. I'm like, I know you did. I know.
and it puts something. My business partner will kill me for this, of course, jumping the gun.
Yes,
But
I love that.
I already just working on this one and everything that I just talked about. I have an idea that I'll have to bring up in private to you after the
Yes.
podcast that
Yes.
I thought, even though you're both like super busy, what would be, I've got an idea for a drawing that is like something that I've never done before. And I'm like super fired up about this idea. And I'm always trying to, just like a frustrated producer, you're always trying to cast for it. Because maybe in a way, every one of these drawings is kind of like making a movie for me. I'm like a
because
frustrated
once
director.
once you draw somebody, it's just like the girl in Italy. You know that you wanted to keep drawing her and keep drawing her and keep drawing her. I mean, you knew that. You probably get to the point where you draw maybe one person, you're like, never again. Glad it was over. Thanks. Have fun.
There's actually and I've definitely lost count of the women that I featured. And that's why if I'm doing this, it's
Yeah.
because I'm looking around the room going, how many is it now? Because I know the
Are
drawing
you in your
count.
fifth? Like, do you think it's in the 50s? Can you give me a ball?
Oh, definitely. Only because, and this is again going from the middle of 2022. So if you just think about the time frame, I think I'm coming up on drawing 75 pretty soon.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Some of the girls have been featured 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Many of them have been featured 2 or 3 times or whatever. A few, and I certainly won't say too much about it, but there's been
Yeah.
only a tiny few that have only been featured once, and it's, I think amidst that, I think there might be one where it just, I didn't feel she gave a shit.
Yeah.
And again, that was a little bit earlier on when I was like, really, when I first started out, I was really throwing fishing lines out to try to hook people. Like,
Yeah.
let
Like
me
a
draw
hooker.
you without suing me, please.
You're like a female hooker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was on every corner I could find.
You were out there on the corner looking for those girls.
Hey, what's happening? So
I love it. We took your line, hook and sinker.
apparently it worked, like,
We got hooked fast. Jesus. Yeah, you had me at the first drawing I saw.
which is hilarious. But I mean,
We sure gave
I just think about it now and I'm like, so I've got this idea and I thought I might be neat to have, because it needs 2 people in it. But
Mhm.
how cool would it be if it was you and Emily
It would
in
be
this
amazing.
idea? Because she had a piece, you had a project, and then to take those 2 people and feature them into one. I've done it before. It's not like, oh, I've never done that before.
Yeah.
I have. Whitney Morgan's been featured 5, I don't remember how many times. Adara
But more
Jordan's
than
been
one.
featured 3 times, I believe. And then I was talking with Don Cross, who's a photographer also. All these people are down in
Hi, Don
Florida.
Cross. Are they? Oh my God. We all have to connect together then.
Yes, Don Cross is an outstanding. His pinup photography as fire really gives me the visuals. Because, like, again, I'll have an idea, like cheesecake. But it's not until somebody sends me 5 or 6 photos and I start looking through them
That you know
that
which one is gonna go with the cheesecake.
an image will grab. And sometimes they don't always.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, these are nice photos, but it's I'm still looking for what I'm looking for. Sometimes I, my and there it is, like that photo there. When
Yeah.
I saw that one,
Aw.
you sent several.
Yeah,
And
I did.
and that was just a random one of those. But it was like, ooh, nice picture, nice picture, nice picture. Bam.
That was
And
it.
it's the
That's the
one
one.
that's the one. I didn't even
That's the one.
look
I didn't
beyond that
either.
one. So if that was
Yeah.
like photo 3 out of 8,
Yeah.
there's 5 I didn't even see
Yeah. Good, I'm
because that
glad.
one.
Well, I'm like that. If I see something or I hear something and I know that's what it is, I don't wanna mess with it too much because then, 1, you're giving me too many choices, and 2, I don't need to see anything else. That's it. Why flutter my brain with more than like, when I went to go to the store, my niece tricked me into going to see puppies, and, then there was a really cute chihuahua, and he was a different kind of chihuahua. He didn't act like a chihuahua, and he was friendly, and, like, he liked my niece, and she was only, like, 4. So, of course, she talks me into taking him home, and now he's sitting over here looking at me, and he's been with us, like, 8 years. But that I knew that, and I wanted a Yorkie, and I knew once I saw him, I didn't need to see any other dog. He was mine. I'm taking him home. He's
That's
cute.
the one.
Now he's just a shit, but
That's the one.
that's Marco, right? Is staring at me.
That's hilarious. But I mean, that's how it is. All of us animal lovers, we have a really, really old senior citizen cat who runs the house, and I'm my entire world. If you think about it, my entire world is surrounded by females.
How old's your cat? My cat's 22.
She is, I think she's 18 or something
18?
like that. Like,
Yep.
but
See?
according to in cat years, she's older than me, so that makes me feel good.
Yeah, because isn't it 36 years for every 6 years or something baloney?
Oh, I have no idea.
I'd have to Google it.
But
I never know. I'm just throwing out numbers, but I
yeah,
think it's more than dog years. I know that for a fact.
but she runs the house and she's senile at the same time. And then
So you're surrounded by nothing but puss.
yes, my wife and my daughter when my 21-year-old daughter is home,
Yep,
so
there
it's
she is.
and then if you think about my art world side of
It's
things.
just all women. Do you draw men? Have you ever drawn a guy?
It's funny you should ask that. I actually just recently drew Mr. Michael Larkin of the LFC podcast
I
for his
know. I can't
podcast.
wait. I want to talk to him. Let's be guests. I want to be a guest.
Oh, he would love to have you
Put
on.
in a
I
word for me.
guarantee.
Yeah.
Guarantee. Oh, yeah. We talk every other day almost.
Oh, good. Listen, you've got my information.
Absolutely. I'll probably start tagging him on some of your posts too, just because he
Yeah.
loves to see. And he's a promotional. I mean, the guy's a
Beast.
goddamn genius, and he's a
Oh,
promotional dynamo.
I
And
need a friend like that. I am the most lame promotion person in the world.
him and I call it social media saturation. So what happens is one of us will do a post and we'll do a story on that post, and we tag each other in it, or we do the mention, like
Yeah.
we're gonna mention and tag
Yeah.
and do all this crap. But then it's share, and I'm gonna share, and I'm gonna reshare, and I'm gonna fucking share again, and da, and we just ping off of each other, and whoever is the target of that, so and so's having a birthday today, and he'll.
You guys are just doing the alpha male saturation.
It's just
Typical alpha male.
well, his entire podcasts that he does, and he does more than one, but they are all designed to showcase what he says is beauty, strength, and dominance, the three key elements that make women of the work of art that they are. That's his whole lingo. And he's told me, he said, Tommy, your artwork is doing the same exact thing. And I told him, it is. It really is. It's just, he's the audio. I'm the visual.
Yeah.
So I'm the picture. He's the 1,000 words.
Yeah.
And then together, and of course, we became very fast friends through the LFC podcast. And he's a force to be reckoned with. And he's my brother in arms, and so we became such fast friends. He's just
It was
got
just
such
something.
a
Yeah, you're the yin to the yang. Like it's opposites. A lot of people that are opposite attract, and that's good because you're one side of the other side of what he's doing. I mean, that helps. No one wants the same person that they are. I mean, what are you going to do? Two artists together, headstrong. I mean, you need someone to be that other part.
right. And I magnetically draw the craziest but coolest people to me. And I'm very fortunate that I've interacted with very few people who haven't stayed friends, like beyond da 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 da. It's like, oh my God, that's Tommy Bell. He's a 50-year.
That's me. I'm a friend for life. Like you have to tell me to go away and you don't want to talk to me. And I tell people, I'm like, until you tell me to go away, like I'm not gonna go away.
Well,
so if you're having a bad day,
it's gonna be a long-standing friendship, definitely.
Yes. I don't let go. I'm a keeper for life. I still have friends from kindergarten. I mean, that I talk to. They don't really call me, I call them. But it's me. It's me. I have a thing about family and friends. Like it's hard for me. I have a postpartum problem with friendship.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think it's postpartum with friendship. That's what I got. I don't know if that's a thing, but I got it.
Well, if it is, that's sad that it is, but it's also a good thing because it reflects in the way you treat people, and without getting too sappy on all that, because I could that's what Michael does to me. He baits me on all these sappy lines of stuff, and we get in this like deep ass conversation, and we sound like we're
just crying.
Oh my God, yeah, like let's have a big bromance and a big man cry.
Big bromance. Well, I love talking to you, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait. And when and where about your show? When? I know we're going to be waiting, but can you give us some more details?
Sure. I'm actually, as we speak, like literally 2-3 hours ago, I was filming for episode 1 on this desk right here, doing these. Working on your portrait to show people how I color the skin and how I attempted to do all these things. Don't expect to see an actual art show because it's not going to be an art show.
No, we don't want to see an art show. Boo.
It's
I've been to many art shows.
Totally fucking different though.
Yeah, no, we want different. I would not expect an art show from you that way. I would expect your art show.
Now, given me, and now that we've even had a little chance to talk and you can kind of get the flavor for how I am in my head, you can probably already tell that you'll be like 80 when I have a chance to actually release this fucking thing, because
it'll be perfect, because then I'll have all the crow's feet and no type of light will help me. And I won't be such a like crazy person because I'll say it's okay. It's all right. And then under all that hair, I want you to know, under all this hair, I always do sometimes reveals. I have hair. I have really long, pretty curly hair. I just love the chameleon fact of being able to change it because my hair's healthy. So I'd never want to like not, you can't, I don't like dyeing the hair and all that stuff. And I also don't like to do my own hair, but
I like to keep mine natural as well.
it looks very natural. Mine looks similar to yours, except
Yeah,
more in the front.
no, it doesn't at all either. Under this bald head wig, I have big blonde curly locks, though. It's really
Just like in the
attractive.
picture. That's how we
It
connected.
doesn't match the fake beard here that I chose gray. Like that takes hours to paint in, people.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're an artist. So what now? Just real quick, were you an artist back in school, like
Yeah,
college, high school?
that
You
was the
did
only
that
way I could get a passing grade. What are you kidding me?
art? Oh my god, I got D's in art, even though I thought I was doing really good art. But I'll have to show you some of the art I did. I'm not a big artist.
It's
So
time, Doug.
My Tokyo-ish sign, my niece, she was 16 at the time. She drew it, and she's 19 now, but she drew it, and you should see what she drew it from. I'll send you the picture. I'm not releasing that to anybody else. It looks like a heart with a arthritis finger candlestick, like. And for her to draw, when you see what I drew and how I explained it, what she drew, boy, oh boy. And I come
Oh, I
from a
love
family
the
of artists.
logo. Like
Oh,
she came
thank
up with
you.
that.
I came up with the idea, but she brought that thing to life. And she just did a Christmas one. I don't know if I sent you. Yeah, she's now she's because of Tokyo-ish, she's a published artist. She's on going on the liquor bottles. She's going on up everywhere. I told her this is a brand.
Congratulations to her. Put
Thank
it
you,
out
Shanti
there.
Curry.
Props. Way to fucking go.
She is an anime artist and she wanted to go to school for it. Now she's in college and she's doing her prereqs. But I told her, I said, Auntie is going to work really, really hard for you. And it's really important to me to do what I do because I know that this will benefit her in every way. I
You
mean,
have Tommy Bell's support. Just know
yay!
that.
I
Just
can't
know
wait
that.
for her to see yours and you to see her. I told her, think about going into the grocery store and you get to tell your friends, want to see my art. And then you point and you're right there.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe just a liquor bottle for $25.99, but
there is, if she gets that, think about the 1,000 or 5,000 artists who would kill, to have that moment, even if it's a fleeting moment, or even if it's just, oh, I got published one time. My God, 19, you got the whole world ahead of you. Yep. And if you're already there and you're already, listen, me to you did an outstanding job on that logo, that Tokyo-ish, the logo. Yeah. Outstanding.
Logo. I told her the logo is everything. And we started with the logo. And if it wasn't for the logo, I kind of feel like it wouldn't have went the way it did. That logo's everything. I mean, people recognize it. They love it. It can mean anything. Right. It can mean anything. It could be sexy. It could be not. It could be, and the fact that now she's decorating things for different holidays. Or was it? I'll have to show it. I don't know if you saw it, but I posted it and she just did it the other day. And I told her, let's keep this going because I really want to make sure that this is what's, it's important to me to win because I'm winning for her. And that is, let me see, can you see? I don't know if you can see.
Ooh, I can see. Yeah, look at how nice that is.
So she was like, oh, that's a good idea. I said, do the exact same thing for all the holidays.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Halloween, she do candy corn. I mean,
candy corn, Easter, all that. Thanksgiving, I told her we're gonna make this a thing. So she's really excited, and I told her what will be really awesome is the beginning drawings of it, sketches, and all that I have. She'll be able to, depending on how the show goes and everything. Soon they might be. What do they call NFTs? They become an NFT.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Auctioned off somewhere because it's the original piece of something. She's on everything, keychains, T-shirts. I mean, you name it. I put her on everything.
It's crazy what they can do. I've been approached about some of that NFT stuff. I'm not super familiar with it, and I had a lot of questions. That still, a lot of my merchandising stuff is in its infancy. So thankfully, I've got a business partner who is a literal hurricane when it comes to her enthusiasm. And in 2023, we are launching several different things. So number one, the art show that you asked. So answer that question like 20 minutes ago. the art show is coming out. Most likely going to just do it on YouTube and do like little snippets on social media. Hey, I've got an episode coming out. I don't know. There's a chance it could be carried some other places. I'm not going to mention where because
Of course.
it's
No,
not.
we don't toot our horn first. That's
Right.
how we get in trouble.
But I could say I'm starting my own YouTube channel because that is
I can't wait. I'll be the first to subscribe.
awesome. That's great. So, and of course, you'll be the first episode. So how cool is
I know,
that?
yay! I can't wait. And I'll link it to my YouTube channel. So
Absolutely.
it just makes me so where can we contact you? Whether it's for if someone wants to beg you like I did for 2 years, or where can they contact you at?
I am on Facebook, and I believe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think on Facebook I'm just Tommy Bell.
Yep.
But then on Instagram and Twitter, it's Tommy Bell Art.
Okay. Yep.
The logo, which I do try to incorporate somewhat the same on everything, is kind of like Tommy Bell Art with a little paintbrush. It's very simple little logo that's on there.
Okay, let me see if I find the logo. Where's this logo? Oh my God, I'm just looking at another picture. Let me see. Beautiful. Now that's
a video that Sultry Sylvia took.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, she has been
my
featured 3 times, I believe now.
Love it.
Working with her is she really gets involved in the ideas and will really run with it. So she's been
love these.
Yeah, she just sent those today.
She sent just today. Oh, okay, because I was gonna say, yeah, mine was up there, and then I see hers, and I love it.
Not only am I in the artwork, but I bought some and I have it, and it's in my house, and I love it.
Aww.
And then as an artist, you get that stuff back, and it's another one of those moments, of like, wow, so many people would kill just to have this moment of.
Absolutely. And I'm so happy to be part of the fleet of beautiful, talented women, and special, because I feel special and I love it, because, that's not something obviously everybody gets. It takes time.
My hands would fall off. I mean,
yes, that's
really nice that it seems, and you will probably have a better idea on this than me, but it seems from listening to you talk that line is growing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like I said, from 2 years ago to not knowing who you were. But that was just me being new in this, even though I was always there, but just new in talking in depth, then to meeting Emily and to actually physically seeing the copy you sent her. And then from there, just seeing more and more girls. And then I'm like, oh, I'm talking to him. And then again, connection of who you were on Instagram and who you were on Twitter, and or who you are. It just, who you are. We're not talking to past tense. They're gonna come get me and say that I killed you. I keep talking to past tense. It's beautiful. I love it. You are everywhere. I hear you all the time. Hear about you all the time, and I'm glad that I was persistent, because again, persistency pays off, and I knew it. I knew this was something I wanted to be a part of. No matter what, I was gonna wait you out. I am a waiter.
I'm so glad you did, though, because you're absolutely 100% fucking perfect for this project. Which we talked. I wasn't shy about telling you this when we agreed on the idea. I'm like, this is dynamite. But I really think you're gonna get a huge charge. It sucks that I don't have something finished to show you.
No, you don't have. Listen, you're gonna come back on here. We're gonna do another so-called 15-minute podcast with an hour.
I totally warned you.
We're turning this up into 2 parts. That's all that mattered. And it'll be building, because people will be able to see the finished product. We'll have more pictures. I'll make it a whole montage.
Awesome, because I hope you go out of your mind when it's finished. I mean,
oh my God, I'm going out of my mind now when I see it, and just to see my picture back there. I mean, there's been
many faces on that art table.
It's beautiful.
I over 70, different faces of all kinds of different people from globally. I mean, you're part of a global. I'm so happy to say that global community of ladies. It's not just, I've never drawn anybody outside the States.
Yeah, it's
shit.
Well, I'll be your second Italiana, because I'm Italian. I speak Italian. That was my first language, so I was 5. So I would love to speak.
Outstanding. And like I said, I think you're going to get a huge charge out of this drawing. We got more stuff to talk about, of course, too.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
I
will come
think
back together if you want. And when you have more of a finished product, put
yes.
it out there. And your show, when you air your first show, I'd love for you to come back on here and we can talk
Sure.
about it. And we'll show clips and
Yeah, I love it.
let me be a commentator.
Oh,
I've never done that.
absolutely. Yeah, we got to figure that all out. I'm hoping, here's just a ballpark. I'm thinking for the show realistically, maybe
Mhm.
March.
Perfect. Gives me
Because,
time because I'm
yeah,
busy
I think
January,
a few
February.
episodes, like, because I'm doing all the editing and everything too. So I need to be able to cut them down,
Of
get them,
course.
make sure that they're something that
Editing is where happiness goes to die. So good luck.
I actually like editing, which is really sick.
Oh,
It's
well,
really
and we
sick,
are.
but
That's why we're friends because
that,
this is not you and I don't do. That's why I bother my producer all the time and I try to do a good job. But he tried to get me to edit one time and I think I ended up in the corner naked, shivering for like 2 days. My husband's like, "Give it a rest." I was like, "I'm gonna kill myself. I want to kill myself." It was terrible. I don't ever want to do that again.
see, I
I
take care
can
of the
edit a
artwork and the
video.
editing.
I can edit a video, but don't. I think maybe because it's my own voice. I think. I don't know.
Oh, well, that's different though. Well, not really, because I'm editing my own fucking show. So how is that
Yeah.
different?
I can do video, but when
Okay.
you go to audio, good luck. Good luck. I can see why people probably just end it all. There won't be a podcast if my producer's gone. I'll have to find
Well, there's
somebody.
always going to be a Talk Yo-ish podcast because you've got, and I thought the first time I heard your podcast, I did a secret listen. It's not like I said, hey, I'm going to listen to your show.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just pulled it up and listened to it.
I love
And
that.
I was laughing till I was crying just because I forget what you were talking about.
Something crazy and
You're
stupid.
fucking outstanding. You're talking to some stripper about, I can't remember, but I remember that it was funny. And I remember the thing that stuck in my head the most was your attitude is perfect, but you've also got that outstanding radio voice that people like strive for, that they
Thank you.
drink jugs of honey to try to get. But yours is very listenable.
Thank you. When I was younger, I used to think I sounded like a man. I don't know. I never heard really thought. And then as I got older, yeah, I've heard I was a phone sex operator for
Ah,
a
maybe
very
that's what
long
it
time.
is.
I was. And then now I'm on 88.9 The Mix and I'm on 1057 The Beats Jams 5 days a week. So
Listen to you go to fucking town.
the radio stations are fighting over me.
They should be. I mean, think about it. They should be. And when everybody starts to get wind,
Yeah,
that you're in a
it's
little
gonna be
art
great.
piece, they're going to be like, who do you got to be in one of the?
Oh,
Oh,
you
she's
gotta
something.
be.
She's
Well,
somebody fucking big. She's
the
big
best
time.
compliment I get to hear all the time, and I don't know if it's because I work really, really, hard on my appearance, is we don't normally hear the radio voice that looks like you. Looks like the stripper version of a radio voice. So I match my face and my voice, which I've only met one other person that look, normally
They
like you
matched at
hear.
their voice.
Yeah. I mean, not to say everybody doesn't look a certain way, but yeah. And they'll
Well, it's
meet
like
me and
hearing this deep, sexy voice, and you turn
yeah,
and see this.
it's a
My face,
400-pound
like, whoa, what's that?
Tommy Bell comes out and it's a tiny little girl voice like this. I'm like, hey. That's
Whoa.
exactly. But I get it a lot. I'm like, they're like, whoa, is this really you? I'm like, swear to God, it's me. And I'm raunchy and I'm still funny. And I can't, not a big sexy person. I'm funny. I can't hold it. My photographers will tell you. We did a shoot this weekend with Kate Max from OnlyFans, one of the #1 Asians in the world. And we're doing the shoots. And in the end, she's like, how did this turn into us doing the shoot with pizza and wings and getting messy? And I was like, I don't know. That's just me. I can't. That's me. I have to be me all the
Can I
time.
tell you how I described your show to a couple of my
Tell
friends
me.
without you
Yeah, tell me.
beating me up really bad?
Tell me.
I couldn't figure out, because I listened to a couple shows and I was like, wow, that's fucking cool. And I was like, she's got that radio voice, which is great because I don't want to listen to somebody's voice who annoys me.
Yeah.
And then I have my voice for that. But then
I love your voice.
it was because it's so outstanding.
It's northern.
It's northern. I don't even understand what the hell that means.
See what the hell that means? That's northern right there. I just said it. What the hell that means?
No, Whoa. Me, don't understand what the hell that means. Meaning, I don't understand what the hell you were just talking about when you said I sound so northern. What does that mean exactly? I sound northern.
You sound well. I'm from up north, and you sound northern. Down here, someone would say something like, I don't know, very country. You don't sound country.
Oh, I'm definitely not.
Yeah, that's northern.
That's northern. See,
Like when you
I'm
say snow, when you
so.
say northern, you say snow. You say, down here they
As
say like
opposed to how else would you say snow?
down here they're more like snow.
Snow?
Yeah, snow. It's
Like you have a
snow.
clothespin on your
Yeah,
nose?
more like you guys in the snow, the sand, the
Snow.
fingers, like a finger,
Maybe because
fingers.
they're so used to saying words like sand and that no, I'm gonna get all my Florida people pissed off at me now.
Well, they know I'm the queen of pisser offers, so it's okay. They've already established that I'm a dick.
I'll come there to see you, and then they're gonna be lining up outside in throngs with burning torches.
You know what? There's always someone else to line up with torches for, so it's okay.
How
It's
great!
always
Tommy
good.
Bell's here with all of his artwork.
No, you know what? The Floridians will not be up there because it's snow right now, so you're covered. They're not getting in the snow. It's
I'll be
okay.
safe for the next 4 days because they're
Wait,
gonna be like,
so wait, tell
"Look."
me, what did you tell your friend? How did you describe the show?
Oh, I said I'm gonna be on another podcast, and it's gonna be a really cool one. Da 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 da. And then they want like, well, what's the show gonna kind of be like? I'm like, this lady's really kind of got something different because to me, she's not afraid of the content that she wants to talk about, and to me, that's like a female Howard Stern.
I am. I get called that all the
And
time.
I listened to Howard for years,
Me
and I
too.
thought when you're there and you're talking and your people are all there and you guys are doing a show and you're doing a show or whatever, all these different interviews and stuff, it's so fucking entertaining. It
I
really
love
is.
it.
It's not like, oh, I gotta listen to this show for
Yeah, no, I'm a weird, raunchy, like I want to know, I'm nosy. I mean, every time I go to this one podcast, the Shizzle show, he gets uncomfortable when I talk about everything. And he gets mainly uncomfortable when I talk about that he's getting older, so you're probably gonna have to go get your prostate checked. And every time he gets so mad because I'm like, I always make jokes. I'm like, let's get it ready. Do you want me to tell you how to do it? I even brought him anal beads. I brought him Tokyo-ish anal beads. And I said, just wear it around your neck. And he like refused to touch them. He refused to take my gift. And he goes, why does every podcast that we do with you, no matter what, ends with anal probing? And I said, I don't know, because you're uncomfortable. And I even make Angie AR-15. She's a porn star. She always tells me, she goes, I don't say it out loud to you, but you make me very uncomfortable sometimes, or you embarrass me when we're out. And she goes, do you know how hard it is to make me uncomfortable or catch me off guard? And she's like, it's a great thing because I talk about stuff that, I mean, me and her talked about poop today. Wow, I was at Walgreens for like 20 minutes. She
That's
goes, what
gonna
are you
be your
doing?
challenge. That I'm issuing a challenge to you.
Yeah.
You'll have to in our future podcasts
Yep.
going forward and our projects and all this other stuff. And as we grow together,
Girl.
you have to try to find a way to make me
embarrass you?
uncomfortable.
Oh, challenge accepted.
Because I really take so much in stride and find the humor and stuff, kind of like you do, though.
Yeah. I always
we
find the
might
humor. Like
wind up.
my husband always tells me, he goes, why did we were wrapping gifts? And I don't know how, but every conversation talks about me pooping. And he's like, why are we always talking about you taking a shit? And I was like, want to hear how I almost shit my pants at Walgreens today? He's like, no, because you told me while you were there. I said, oh, well, let me tell you how I accidentally almost kissed the back of the toilet because I had to go so bad like an old lady. But it always ends up an anal probe, poop, shit. I don't know. I don't know why. I promise you, I try to be a lady.
You are 100% lady, though. That's outstanding.
I feel like I broke my button. I've been trying to be a lady this whole time. Or I did it wrong. I don't know. So these YouTube, my cousin tells me that I just catch ratings because my shirt's always open.
That's what, hey, you got to do what you got to do.
It's okay.
I myself have lowered my zipper down.
I was going to say, yeah. Yep, there you go. We're going to get 1,000 ratings on that.
Hold on, there we go.
You guys, this is Tommy Bell Art, and he is, to me, the number one artist, especially in our world. As far as I call it the underworld. It's not the underworld; it's just the underbelly. But I definitely love to connect with people that I've seen and talked to, and now to be pretty much in your house and in your life and with your wife for the next who knows how long. So
I think you got another 7 days before we kick you out.
yeah, but no, because then you got to edit. So I'm another like who knows?
Actually, yeah, with you being on the TV show or
Yep.
the drawing show, you're there for a good long time.
Yep. And then I get a premiere, and then you're always going to show pretty much your first episode. So
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Like you just became long term.
yep,
Wow.
I'm here. I'm like a second wife. I nagged you the whole time, so it was perfect. See, that's how you do. You're like, oh, this girl here, it's fine.
This is perfect. I love it.
Thank you so much, Tommy. This was amazing, and we're gonna do this again.
Outstanding. I can't wait.
All right, guys, this is Tokyo-ish, and I'm here, and I'm gonna go fix my button. Yeah, fix. Oh, here, I'll do the reveal for you. Here, where we'll do.
Look at you.
There you go. Revealed. I have lots of hair.
Outstanding.
See, told you.
Look at that.
The reveal. I know. I get that a lot.
I've already done mine.
Yeah, your reveal is it's coming. See, the hair is kind of curly. My hair is pretty long.
Yeah, it is.
It's nice. I got nice hair.
I definitely do. I mean, that's really crazy.
Did I wear? Yeah. See the reveal. See, did I get you? I finally might have got you a little bit. You look a little stunned.
I am stunned right now. I'm like,
yes.
You just had all this hair, and then you take the hair off, but it's not like you have a me problem. You've got all this normal hair underneath.
Normal hair. Look, I have so much. I know. See, that's what's great about it. I love to shock the hell out of people. This is what I do. This is the shock factor. I'm waiting for Howard Stern to call me. See, look, and it looks kind of like the
We're not recording anymore, are we?
Yes, we are, but I can shut it off.
No, it doesn't matter. I need to do this though.
Yeah, put the glasses on. Yeah, see, look, I can even take it down.
Shut the
all me.
fuck up.
Swear to God, all my hair. Yep, see, ta-da! Yes, I think I won the challenge so far. Yeah. See?
No. That was just a shock.
That was just a shock. Challenge. Okay, half the challenge. That was half. I look pretty cute with my real hair.
Challenge, maybe like a quarter of a
challenge. That's fine. I will always surprise you, and I will always keep you on your toes.
You better.
Promise.
I'm going to be surprising you, randomly too. Like one of your challenges as you're continue to absorb all the stages of this drawing that we're doing. And waiting to see, well, I wonder how it's going to turn out and what's it going to be like in the end. One of these things that I want you to continue to throw around as you and your community are talking apparently about me, which I think is fucking great.
But
as you're doing this and I'm not there, I want you to say to somebody, did you ever find the initials of yours that he hid in your drawing?
Okay, like something that like...
Because sometimes they understand and they get what I'm saying and sometimes they don't. That in each and every drawing, the model that has been a part of that drawing, her initials are in that drawing somewhere.
What? You don't tell them?
Mostly I don't. Sometimes
All right. Yeah. Well, we're going to...
It's fun for me to hide that shit. And then sometimes I just, and it's not like, oh, I'm never going to tell them. I forget.
Well, you want... And you also want someone to look at it. Well, this is going to be perfect because now every time I get a guest on, I'm going to ask them or I'm going to make sure I look it up. I'm going to just go after all your drawers, all your drawees.
You could look at any of my art
go after your models
in this past year. And I think there was only Michael Larkin's LFC podcast drawing is the only drawing I did that is not hiding
the initials
in there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go after all your models now. We're gonna go down the list, and I'm gonna have them show me the picture, and then I'm gonna ask them, where are your initials in there?
Very few know. Very few. There's a few, like Angelica Co. We've talked about. She knows where hers are because she will hound me, and she will spend. One time it took her 2 months
to find it.
Circle an area, and she's like, "Is that them? Is that them?" When I did the Lady Godiva drawing. It took her about 15 minutes, and I was a little pissed.
Now, wait, are you going to wait? Wait, you got to at least give me a hint. Is it going to be the Tatiana Vitello initials or going to be Tokyo-ish initials?
I could do them both if you want me to.
Yeah, let's do it. Because I'm two people, I guess.
Well, you definitely are, and it makes, hiding stuff like that isn't hard to do. Like people think, oh, that's hard to do. It's fun to do because you're trying to figure out how to put it in there in a way where it's not going to be super obvious, but it has to be findable.
Yeah, findable. I was gonna get a tattoo years ago of my this rose and this and that, but I was gonna hide my grandparents' initials or name in it. I had a friend who passed away and I was gonna put his in there and hide it too. But then when I realized how big the tattoo was getting and where it was gonna go, I kind of was like, you know what, I'll just memorialize them in my house because
there's a lot of, and this is what you might not realize, is there's actually a lot of space on this where you could fit in initial work and have it be part of that. I know how weird this looks right now. I kind of like doing it.
It looks beautiful to me. Matter of fact, here, let me take a screenshot. That's pretty. Did I do it? Yes, I did. No, I love that. I think it looks good.
And I mean, I can get up like super, super close. I mean, my camera only allows me to
hold on. Stay right there. I'm gonna do, hold on. There we go. Let me see. We'll do a video. A video, like a montage. Look at that, guy.
Look at that.
I love it. I think it looks beautiful. I may not be able to draw art, but I can see it. And I think it's beautiful. And I feel like you're gonna, I mean, that's a lot of hair. And I know that hair took forever.
Oh, for sure. I mean, but what's really cool about this is, again, it allows me to concentrate a lot on the portrait work. And you get to hear me talk a lot more about.
Sorry, that's my cat. She's screaming. I don't know if you hear
do that. My cat
my
screams all the time. I just block it out. Maybe that's why I didn't hear it. That's what's so cool about this is I'll be able to show so much of the face is one of the favorite things for me to illustrate, and doing it on here, I'll be able to really show how I get in there, and the face isn't only this big on the paper. It's really big, and then you got all this great, glorious hair, the piece of cheesecake down here on the plate, and this is just, it's gonna be. This is kind of like there's a lot of projects that this year I did battle through in one form or fashion. Not that they were, I really didn't want to do that. It's just that I reached a stage in doing them that really fought me on it. And it's like, it was a challenge, and you got to win the day, and you can't have a crappy piece come out. And I'm really proud of everything I did this year. But this one is essentially like kicking my feet up. And
I love it. Let me see if I can stick it.
Having a little fun, like this one is really that fun. Okay.
I love it. I'm so glad I'm fun.
Yes,
I'm a fun girl though.
Those pieces, and a lot of times I can tell when I first start off. Like,
how's it gonna go?
It's gonna be a challenge. Am I really gonna like it when it's done? Sometimes I even look at it as like, how does this fit into my portfolio?
Yeah.
Into my body of work. How well does this fit in? And sometimes
now, do you ever think of maybe when who knows how many years from now, when you decide, okay, I'm done to make a book, a picture book? Is that in the works? Is it coming?
So
let me see.
Oh my. I mean, and so a lot of my ideas I have to materialize so that I can hold them in my hand first without spending serious money.
Yeah.
So little photo books like this that have 300 pages or whatever are perfect. Look at there's my wife right there.
Yes.
Oh, I know that's kind of
no, I can see it.
To see, but if
we can see it.
Thumbing through,
that's what I'm
and
talking
you're going through all of these. Oh, those are some pictures of me that are in there. There's
I love that.
Valentina, but I mean, if you see,
wait, was that Halo Faye?
Like, hey, you know what's in the back of this?
Yeah,
this is great.
There's Emily. Oh, I love that.
That was it. People started sending in.
Yeah.
There's Andrea Christine with her drawings up. I mean, all these people start sending me all these photos. So this thick, filled
Yeah.
with artwork and stuff. I am
Well, you know
already
you'll get some from me.
on the second book,
Number 2.
which we're
Look at
already
that. Pages
starting
and
to
pages
do.
of
So
beautiful.
what I do is I just print out a little photo of
Yeah.
these and go to
There's your
town.
picture book. Well, pretty soon, you already know, artists always it comes out whether one way or another, comes out that their books get print their pictures get printed in some kind of a
Yeah,
somewhat form, where you can get it all in one. I mean, if you can't have all the photos, obviously, by buying them, you want to look at them, a
right.
Van Gogh, and it's all there together. You want to see it all at once, and I think it's beautiful.
Thank you. I mean, I don't know about uh, doing a serious book like that, but I know that we are looking at still trying to do a calendar, even though it's like super late. We might wind up being a little bit late on that punch, but we are looking at doing a bunch of Tommy Bell art kind of merchandise. So it's not just a show where people can
Yeah.
kind of see how I'm doing it, but t-shirts, stickers, posters, or not posters, but
Yeah.
prints
Yeah.
of the artwork, that kind of stuff. I think 2023 is going to be the year to really start marketing and getting a lot of that stuff out.
That's
So
beautiful.
I'm
Well, I can't
crossing
listen
my
now.
fingers.
Now I know I got to work hard to make the cut on some of these other things, like the calendar.
Well, I think the drawing is going to be amazing, and
I love it so far.
you and I have discussed, of course, other future projects and things, because I just
Yeah.
my brain's always on fire
Yep.
about things like that. And of course, once you've made, quote unquote, that's funny, made the cut. Once you've made the cut that where you're in a drawing, you basically already qualified for the rest of it, and then it's just a matter of what would go good with
This.
what, or whatever. And
Okay.
then I might even get stupid or ballsy enough to say, all right, let's do a competition to see who wants to be on the cover of that.
Absolutely.
calendar.
What? Don't put competition in the word for me, because I am a competitive lady. I compete all the way from behind my camera in Florida. That is me. And then all these other showgirls, did you say competitive? Oh Lord. All right. Be careful and be attentive and ready. If you think when your wife gets mad, that's hell, just you wait till you've got 75 working girls not even making top 10. Just be prepared. You won't be having a love station anymore. Yeah, you won't be having a love station anymore. We'll be having you on here, and it will be Howard Stern, because there'll be the other girl in the corner talking about that stupid bitch. That fucking Tommy, man. It won't be like, oh my God, Tommy. It'll be like, oh my God, Tommy.
Yeah.
Won't be a dating show anymore.
A whole different context. I'll get all kinds of hatred
I
from
can't.
everybody who didn't make the top slot.
You know what I love, and I get some good hate mail once in a while, mainly from my family, because I talk about them a lot. Yeah, my mom, my dad. Every time something happens, they're like, "You're gonna talk about it." I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Are you really gonna go back into like 1982?" I'm like, "Yep, we're going all the way back."
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
I
doing
tell. My mom gets stopped sometimes, and random people will say stuff to her, and she goes, "How the hell did they know about me and my husband's fight in 1975?" I'm like, and she's like, and I did win that fight. She's right here. Oh my God, my dad doesn't get as much fury because he's up in Michigan, but it's funny because he's the best dad in the world.
Mhm.
But I tell the true story. Then people will recognize that story and they'll say, well, that's not what he said. I'm like, duh. Like, of course not. Everybody's perspective is different. But I tell my husband will do something and he goes, we're going to talk about that, aren't you? I'm like, yep. So people try to hold it together, especially family, and don't invite me to family gigs or anything because they know they feel like I'm watching with a notebook. I'm not. I'm just remembering stuff. But yeah,
So what you're saying is, like, when I do a Florida trip and like do like a art show kind of tour thing or whatever, and just do it Florida based, and then within that art show arrange a contest. Who wants to be in the cover of the calendar?
Oh,
thing.
you want to be? You want to die? You want to be in person? Do you have a vest and do you have a double person like that looks like you that can walk away?
It's all me.
Do you have a bodyguard? Because you don't look as strong as you might need to be. Some of these are wrestlers.
Look it out. Look, right there. Right
Are you?
there. Look at that.
Are you? Is there a death wish? Okay, make sure you leave those books somewhere safe.
I did
And
say I was a moron, right?
Boy, you are fulfilling
I got
everything. Well, we know if you tell your wife to get the insurance ready before you come down here on a world tour talking about you're gonna contest the girl. Have you been to any of these contests with these girls down here?
No.
Oh, all right. Have you ever watched have you ever watched like a beauty pageant online or not online on TV where they throw each other down the stairs and no?
Did that really happen?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
that's like a goof
Okay,
thing.
I'll send you some of some stories on Snap. No, that's not a goof thing. These
I
girls
mean,
are
I literally went to Vegas and watched lingerie fighting championships and
well,
judged them
imagine
back.
that with no whistle, no ropes, no nothing. Girls are catty. You must not. You only have the one daughter, so you didn't have the two daughters in the house just going. Did you have sisters growing up?
Just an older sister who told us all what to do. She usually locked me and my younger brother out of the house, and then that's how she kept the house clean while
It's
mom and dad were gone.
yeah, no. All right. I just want you to have your vest ready, come fully armed, and have you need like two bodyguards. You need like those bodyguards. You need like Dog the Bounty Hunter to come
It's
down
so
with you.
bad that I'm, part of the reason I got into all this and I started showcasing female fighters is because that's what I'm a huge fan of, is all that kind of stuff, and that's like,
Well, I'm going to come and do the podcast from wherever you're going to come in Florida. So when this happens, I'm going to turn into a sports broadcaster because this sounds amazing. I can't wait to be like, and she's got Tommy's head and she's got the chair. Matter of fact, we need to make sure there's minimal food, chairs are nailed to the ground. I mean, I got you.
great,
Metal detectors, everybody's bags checked. We got to treat it like a strip club.
great. This is going to,
This is dead serious.
it'll be the most talked about event of the entire year. I guarantee
If you make it out of that event.
Oh, I'll be wrapped in bubble wrap. I'll make it out.
Oh
All right.
God. I'm so scared for you. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the top like 20 contenders.
A mad woman.
Yeah.
Right?
Matter of fact, I'm gonna take myself out of the race and I'd like to just be the commentator because I don't want to fight. I mean I do, but not really. All right. I can't wait. I'm super excited. When I say that is like the most exciting thing, I can't wait. And then I want you to draw a picture in blood.
Yeah, because that's what it'll be.
That's what's going to happen when you have 2 fingers left. Yeah, you're going to be just doing, well, I've changed to blood art. Tommy, this is Tokyo-ish and Tommy Bell, and we are over here BSing all day. But we're going to come back and we're going to do this again because I'm ready for it.
Me too.
All right, stay tuned for the contenders. Part 1. I'll talk to you later, Tommy. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Have a great night. It was great getting a chance to talk to you. You take care.
You too. We're going to talk again.
All righty.
Bye, hon.
Bye-bye.